The danger of premature validation. Be honest with me for a second. Have you ever told someone about a goal, a diet, a business idea, a book you're gonna write, and then never actually did it?
And here's the more uncomfortable question. Did you feel weirdly good when you told people about it? Like, almost as good as if you'd already done it? That feeling isn't motivation. That feeling is your brain tricking you. And the trick it's playing is so good, so deeply wired into who we are, that some of the most ambitious, driven people on Earth fall for it every single day. Here's why. Imagine this. You're about to run a race. A big one. Months of training, real sweat, real effort, real sacrifice. And right before the starting gun fires, someone walks over and hands you the trophy. Gold, heavy, your name already engraved on it. Now, be honest. How hard are you going to run that race? Because here's exactly what happens inside your brain when you announce a goal to someone who responds well.
A psychologist at New York University named Peter Gallwitzer ran 4 separate experiments on this exact question. He gave participants ambitious identity goals: law students who wanted to become lawyers, psychology students working toward research careers. He had some of them announce their intentions to others, some he didn't. Then he watched what happened next. The students who announced their goals worked significantly less hard toward them in the following days and weeks than the students who kept quiet. Not slightly less hard, significantly.
And when Gallwitzer dug into why, the answer was this. The moment someone else acknowledged the goal, the brain registered it as a kind of early completion, a premature sense of arrival, like the trophy before the game. The announcement itself felt like progress. So the actual work, the training, the effort, the sacrifice, felt less urgent, less necessary. The brain had already started relaxing before the race even began. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Your brain has a reward system, a network of circuits that releases a chemical called dopamine every time something good happens. You eat something you love, dopamine. You win something, dopamine. You finish a goal, dopamine. But here's the part nobody talks about. Your brain releases dopamine when you anticipate a reward too, not just when you receive it. The wanting feels almost as good as the getting.
Now imagine someone offers you a piece of chocolate for free, right now. No work required. You're gonna take it, obviously. That's what social validation is to your brain. When you announce a big goal and someone responds, "Oh wow, that's amazing, good for you, I'm so proud of you," your brain just received free chocolate.
The warm feeling of recognition, the status bump, the identity boost of being seen as someone who does big, ambitious things. And it arrived instantly, without a single hour of actual work. So here's the problem your brain is now facing. You just got the reward, but the work hasn't even started. Why push hard for something you already received?
But wait, if announcing goals is counterproductive, why does every single human being on the planet still feel this powerful urge to do it? Because it wasn't always counterproductive. For most of human history, it was essential. Here's the thing about our ancestors. They didn't live alone. They couldn't survive alone. A single human on their own in the wild is one of the least dangerous animals on Earth. No claws, no fangs, not particularly fast, not particularly strong. But humans in groups? Completely different story. Groups built shelters, hunted together, protected each other from predators, shared food, raised children collectively. Being part of a group wasn't a preference. It was the difference between living and dying. And here's how you stayed in the group. You had to be valuable. You had to signal that you were worth keeping around. Scientists call this status signaling. And for hundreds of thousands of years, demonstrating your ambition and capability to the people around you was one of the primary ways you secured your place in the tribe. Announcing a goal, I'm going to hunt the large game, I'm going to lead us to water, I'm going to build something that benefits all of us, was a way of saying, I am someone who does big things. I am someone worth keeping. That signal was worth sending even before the goal was complete, because the tribe needed to know what you were capable of. So your brain didn't just develop the urge to announce goals because it feels nice. It developed that urge because for most of human history, that announcement was a survival move. And there's one more layer here that I think is the most human thing about all of this. Sometimes we don't announce goals to impress other people. Sometimes we announce goals to convince ourselves. Psychologists call this self-verification, the constant process of collecting evidence that confirms the story we believe about who we are. If you see yourself as an ambitious person, saying out loud, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to write a book, I'm going to change my life, is a way of performing that identity, not for an audience, for the mirror.
It's the brain saying, this is who I am. This is the kind of person I'm becoming.
And that feeling, the feeling of becoming, is intoxicating. It's real. It's valid. The only problem is the brain sometimes mistakes the feeling of becoming for the actual doing. And when those two things get confused, the announcement becomes the destination instead of the first step. Here's the part I actually want you to sit with. Everything your brain is doing when you announce a goal, the dopamine from validation, the status signaling, the self-verification, none of it is broken, none of it is a flaw. It is an ancient, beautifully designed survival system that kept human beings alive for hundreds of thousands of years. The problem isn't the system. The problem is the environment changed, and the system hasn't caught up. In a world of social media, group chats, and instant validation from hundreds of people at once, your brain can collect more premature trophies in a single afternoon than your ancestors collected in an entire lifetime. The hunger that was supposed to drive you toward achievement gets satisfied before the work even begins. And here's the fix, and it's simpler than you think. The research is clear. The goals that get completed are almost always the ones that stayed private the longest. Not forever, not in isolation, but protected, kept hungry until the work had already started speaking for itself. So next time you feel that powerful urge to tell someone about a goal you haven't started yet, pause for just a moment and ask yourself, am I about to share this because it will help me get there, or because my brain just wants the trophy early? You're not weak for wanting to announce things. You're not lazy for losing momentum after you do. You're just human, running ancient software in a world that moves faster than evolution can keep up with. Now comment below what's one goal you announced that you never finished. No judgment, I'll go first in the comments. And subscribe, because next time we're going somewhere that's going to make you question something else you do every single day without thinking about it.